every day and every day and every day that we could get there, somebody would drive us, or when we were old enough to drive ourselves. And of course, you get to a certain age as a teenage girl. The lifeguards are very interesting. And we would chit-chat with the lifeguards. But Miller Beach, that was our summer. The Gary lakefront was steel mills. But if you went east and around a little bit, there was Miller Beach, and then up in Michigan, there were beaches. It was just lovely. And if you went around to the west side, you would go up, and there were beaches on the way to Wisconsin. And southern Wisconsin had beaches. But Gary had steel mills.
Who would you go to the beach with? Was that your brother and sister?
Well,
and your folks, or did you go with friends?
My brother was 2 years younger. My sister was 4 years younger. They were not my preferred companions. If I had to go with them, I did. But Wilma Maris, who was my maid of honor or matron of honor when I got married, she was my best girlfriend in school. And Frances Mocan and Joanne Kovich. And we would go to the beach, huh? Kovich. A nice Slavic name. You should know this name. Anyway.
Some I do and some I don't.
So, when my folks took us to the beach, when my mother took us to the beach, and she liked to go, then my sister and my brother came along, and I had to be with the little ones. But when I was older and could go with friends, they were teenagers like I was.
Any stories? Any good stories about encounters with the lifeguards?
Well, we were friendly. But they knew that we were terribly young. I may have been tall and I may have acted older, but they could tell that we were terribly young, and they were reserved. Cautious? I think cautious might be the word. But we thought sitting near the lifeguard's high chair and chit-chatting up to them when we were at the beach was great fun when we were teenagers. Your Aunt Sally lived in Miller. Miller is the name of a town that was very close to the beaches. You had to pass through to get to the beaches. So whenever I think of Miller Beach, I think of your Aunt Sally.
And is that where she and your brother
That's
met?
where she grew up. How did they meet? They met at school functions. They were both in high school. Was she in the beginning of high school and he was in the beginning of college? And did they have mutual friends? Something like that. But I know when they went out to California, they both went to graduate school out there.
Graduate school?
What?
Your son,
My brother Joe.
Your brother, Joe? I thought he went out there because he had a job.
He did.
And when they asked him to come back, he didn't want to come back, so they fired him or something.
Yeah, I forget how it went, but he was not diligent at keeping jobs. So Sally supported them once they were married. certainly once
What-
she
what-
had,
what did she get?
she's a dentist.
Oh, a dentist.
Yeah.
And how did you and Dad meet?
How did we meet?
Who were we
How did
talking-
you and I meet?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I remember.
I've known him always.
No, we had a guy who was part of a group, and he was the one who said something about, you ought to go down and visit, what is it, where they meet and talk about different things. And he had been down there before, a library.
That was in Cincinnati, wasn't it?
Cincinnati, yeah. And so anyway, I said, nah, I'm not going down there. And he says, come on, I'll take you down and we'll go down there and...
I want to go. You have to come with me. I don't want to go alone, he said. That was George Meehan.
Well, something like that.
George
But
Meehan.
anyway, I went down with him and that's where I met you, was that, and then,
Yeah. It was a
the
social group for university students.
yeah.
I was an undergraduate. I think, was George a graduate student? No, he was were you a graduate student
No,
then?
no, I was doing stuff, but I didn't have anything going.
You were
at
just
that time.
messing around. You weren't doing anything much, yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
So that's what we did. And I guess I invited you back to my apartment
yeah.
that I shared with another young woman. I don't know if she was a student. I was an undergraduate. She was working, I think. And she advertised an apartment to share. And I responded to her ad and we shared the apartment. I think there were 3 or 4 of us. And God, that's prehistory. Do you know how long ago that was? We got married in 1960, didn't we?
Yeah.
And this was before that.
I don't think Benjamin has seen our
Or you're going to show him our wedding pictures?
our wedding picture. Yeah.
I'll bet you've seen our wedding pictures.
I have actually, but
Daddy
They're
will
good.
show you.
There we go.
No, okay. You're going to show that.
He's gonna want to look at the one that shows him and somebody, him and his
I'm
his
pretty sure
bride.
I'm not in any of your wedding pictures, but
Huh?
I'm pretty sure I'm not in any of your wedding pictures,
Oh, yeah.
except for any gleam in your
Where
eye.
did this come from?
You picked it up with the book.
Oh. Well, here's the guy that I went down to this guy, and I don't think you know
Is that George Meehan?
George Meehan or whatever his name is. I don't remember.
That's who that is. Yeah, here, give me.
Here, you want it?
Oh, I thought you were I was just gonna take the one picture.
No. See, look at.
Mm-hmm.
Here he is.
Yeah.
Here's me. I'm trying to think, what was this? I don't know what this was. Oh, this was people undergraduates in evening school. I think this was a get-together from evening school.
There's
'Cause
Benjamin,
you know
and there's Benjamin and his bride to be.
Yeah, there we are, skipping ahead a few years.
That's a nice picture. You had quite a head of hair. Valerie looks young and lovely. There you are with the president-to-be.
Yeah.
And you were campaigning with Harmon, what's his name?
Don Harmon, he's now the Senate Majority Leader.
Is he
in Illinois.
really?
Yeah, the state Senate Majority Leader.